Okay, we're kind of live. I'm just going to share this with one. I'm going to share this to one other group because some weird settings and all that. But we will be starting shortly. So there we go. And already, I think the quality looks much. Yeah, it turns out it was just one setting that I needed to adjust. Seriously, Streamlabs. Hey, what the heck? Anyway, I'm hoping the quality of the stream keeps up though, because I probably should have to upgrade my rig eventually. So until then, we'll figure things out as we go along. Anyway, before that, hello everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Magic Arena Run. Today we are going to be doing a premiere draft of Midnight Hunt. I think I have this draft and another premiere draft for this month in order for me to make platinum. That's kind of the goal. If not, it is what it is. So Kyle Braxton, hey, hello there. Cody Mullenberg, hey, hello there. How are you guys doing? How is your week, everyone? Actually, if I have to say, yeah, hey man, yeah, peace to you too. Shalom, my friend. If I have to say something, I will say that everyone who's watching, please be careful. Please stay safe. Things are not going not doing so hot these days. But enough of that. I have a token that's burning wood here. And who? Tim Sopcat also. Hey Tim, how are you? Yeah, usually you catch up near the end, but nice to see you here. I'm hoping you're having a great week as well. And we actually got our game up, and oh, nice. Okay, so a little shop talk here. So definitely on the lookout for great bombs. We're gonna be looking out on removal. Good news is black is a good removal color. As it is, if I take Tainted Adversary, and I will, we're probably gonna be looking on pairing black and blue. So we're hoping the Digraph Horde comes back, but this is pretty good, so I doubt it. I'm hoping Gale Drifter comes back. That's a fair return. There's also the possibility we could do a Digraph Rebirth, so black-green Morbid style. That it actually works. It's also another way that works well with zombies. Jericho Ilagan, hey, how are you? Good evening to you too. Also been quite the week, doing well. Hope the same for you. Yes, I'm actually hoping the same for everyone. Actually, little light downer news. I'm knowing a lot of people that have been that have passed away. So please everyone stay safe. That's really all I can ask. Okay, so this is pseudo removal. It's not the best one, but it is an unsummon. We can't ask for more. Duel for Dominance is very good removal. That's also another line we can do. Death Bonnet Sprout, we can kind of go into the mill plan. This is actually quite good, especially in green red. So let's see. We're passing a lot of good blues, so I might want to try green black Morbid. There's also the option for green black white Aristocrat style. Though, let's see, we got Clarion Catars. It's fine. It's not exciting, but it's fine. There's a Bat Whisper if we want to stay on color, but this puts us closer to black red, which is not bad. It's also reasonable. I'll take the Bat Whisper for now. Also, because I'm running out of time. Okay, we got another rare, Slowgurk the Overslime. Whenever a land is put into your graveyard from anywhere, okay, remove 3 counters, return to owner's hand. So it's a bit hard to put counters on this. I can see why this was passed. I might take the Ecstatic Awakener, though we are getting closer to black-red territory. We really want to be super aggro. Ecstatic Awakener is a very good starting line here. I will also note that we have to be careful because red is starting to dry up. Alternately, the other option is Falcon Abomination, which is altogether very good. It's possible we might get a few blue cards back, so I'm actually gonna take a dip into Falcon Abomination here. So Slurg, yeah, sad news. Sorry to hear that. Am I seeking to draft any color pairings this early? If I'm using Tainted Adversary as a build around, it's pretty much blue-black. It's closer to control. It's kind of working because we're getting cards like Hobbling Zombie, Scab Wrangler, which is actually... Oh, Scab Wrangler is actually probably better in this one, but I might want to lean more towards black and hope that blue is open later. Like, Scab Wrangler is good, but specifically blue-black. It's kind of useless in any of the other pairings. Then we got Shipwreck Sifters. No, we'll take the Hobbling Zombie. So, so I'm kind of inspired to do blue-black right now. There's also a Drowneyard Amalgam. Can't be blocked. This is decently fine. There's a Field of Ruin if we have to deal with Book of Exalted Deeds. Well, I might actually take the Ecstatic Awakener. Or, no, I'm going to take the Diregraph Horde. And the reason is that this is probably one of the better big bomb effects. I would love Ecstatic Awakener, but... And actually, Novice Occultist is probably fine too. I need to actually decide now. Do I want to go for the early plan or do I want to go for the late plan? I'm going to take the Novice Occultist first because this gives us card draw, which is a bit harder to come by. It's easier to come by decayed tokens and whatnot between the Rotten Reunion and Blinking Observer. No, not Server, not so much. Geistwave is fine. I might actually like it better than Startle here, although Startle helps me draw cards. I'm going to take the Geistwave here. Also, oh, you would have picked Horde. I actually makes sense. I was kind of waffling on that one. It's possible that you're correct here, Tim. So it's just me hoping. Okay, there's a Morkut Behemoth. We probably will take that. We'll probably take this as our top end. I'm not too much a fan of Storm Rider Spirit. Maybe more on the white-blue one. We probably would get a Storm Rider Spirit eventually, just not now. We're definitely going to take the Blood Pact also here at this rate. So, I can understand them. Full disclosure, I'm no expert in this format right now. This is literally my first draft. So, I'm probably going to use this one as a basis to see, one, how important is it to have good rares and good bombs in general. The one bomb I really wanted would be the 6/6 dog for 6, but no dice on that one. Okay, here's our comeback pick. There is a Diregraph Rebirth which I probably want to take over the Unblinking Observer. It's not really gonna fit anywhere though, so I'm probably gonna just take that. It's also possible that green black might still be open though. I think a lot of blue came around. And someone stalled out. And they're back. Yeah, we actually got a lot of the blue back. And we actually got some of the green back. So I'm probably going to stick with the blue. Fading Hope is probably a lot better than Flip the Switch. Also because it's a lot cheaper. So I want to prioritize things that are cheap and easy to cast. I don't like the idea of holding 3 mana up and... Okay, something to consider. Not a fan of Duress. Unblinking Observer is something to consider as well. I don't want to take too many considers though. That's something I have to be careful. In fact, it's possible it's possible that maybe take... Okay, we got Shipwreck Sifters. Draw a card, discard a card. It's still better, but it's not much. Yeah, so there is someone else in black. We have to be careful of that. Otherworldly Gaze is just horrible. I'm actually going to take the Field of Ruin just for uncommons. Okay, so our rare here is Vadrik, Astral Archmage. There's a Blade Brand. There's an Ecstatic Awakener. If I want real removal, it's really going to be Revenge of the Drowned here. It's not the best. It's a bit of a sad pick, but I'm willing to pick it. So we're kind of hoping for blue-black uncommons. Look out for Delver of... Okay, I had Jaren transform to Ormondal on 1 drafts. Oh, it is possible. So, and look out for Delver of Secrets. My experience... Well, just take it with a grain of salt because this is my experience of Delver of Secrets in original Innistrad. Delver of Secrets is good specifically for the blue-red deck. In the other decks, it's questionable. Speaking of questionable, only the Novice Occultist is relatively good. I might just take Adeline just to have just to take a rare because everything else is horrible. Yeah, I'm gonna take that one. It's not a sign of anything. It's just a sign of that I want my money back. Okay, there's a No Way Out, which is really not great. I don't want Shipwreck Sifters. I don't want Unblinking Observer. It looks like we're getting really cut off. I may need to start considering green-black at this point. So if I want green-black, what would my picks be? Probably Eccentric Farmer to mill. Mill then Digraph Rebirth is a plan. White-black is also kind of possible. We have things to sacrifice with. I'll speculate a little bit. It's also an uncommon. Also because I'm... Okay, not too much. There's a Ghoulish Procession. We got an Ecstatic Awakener back. There's a Geist Wave and an Otherworldly Gaze. I'm really going to take the Ecstatic Awakener this time. There's also an Evolving Wilds, but if we stick our colors right, we may not need it. We probably will. Blade Brand, Locked in the Cemetery. I'm gonna probably take Locked in the Cemetery here. I'm really concerned. Why is this getting passed? I think everyone is going for blue-black and skipping this out. Unfortunately, I'm too far deep into this to shift towards that. Also, very concerned about our color mix. I really want to be mass black if possible. Mass blue is not a bad idea, since most of our black cards are on the higher end. Locked is good removal. Yeah, Locked is... Yeah, all things considered, Lock is very good removal. Even... Like, at worst, it's more expensive than Bubble Snare, but... In later games, you can... If the game goes long enough, you can just drop this and it's... cheaper claustrophobia. Whew. All things considered, also, speaking of considerations, we need more creatures. I'll definitely take the Shady Traveler at this point. Yeah, we're getting really cut on blue-black, so we are in trouble. We got another Revenge the Drowned. There's also a Denic Pious Apprentice. I already got my second rare, so I'm not too hard-pressed for it. I'm just concerned that do I want to run another blue card? It's also expensive. I'm actually going to take the Denic here. If I get access to Evolving Wilds or one of the rare lands, fingers crossed, I might try it. No real guarantees there. There's also Mystic Skull, which I can transform. This is okay. This is a horrible card. But I'm already considering it. Or I could just take another. No, I'm not taking another consider. I'm gonna take the horrible card. And yeah, blue and black is very overdrafted here. Okay, if I were to go into white, because I have choices between going to green for Digraph Rebirth or going into white for Denic. Yeah, the green, not really great. I'll take the white. Because we also have Adeline as white as an option. So that's pretty much our side plan. Like, Unblinking Observer is not bad, it's just not great. Geist Wave is better, we'll take that. Okay, it doesn't matter which one I take. And then the game decides to give us green and Willow Geist, though I am willing to pass that one. If I were to go white, blue, black, Evolving Wilds would probably be the pick here. Alternately, I could go for more black, Morbid Opportunist, Baneblade Scoundrel. Actually, there's a lot of good black. I wish I was in black-red. Also, our curve needs more trees, so I'm probably going to take the Morbid Opportunist. It also helps us draw our cards, so that's a thing. Yeah, so if things don't pan out, I might add the white just for Denic, for Flesh Taker. Adeline's a consideration. I'm definitely taking the Grafted Identity. Oh yeah. For those who've seen the paper card, this is not the correct art. Actually, they confirmed it that they're going to update this one to the correct art. My joke here is that John Travolta and Nicolas Cage were asking for royalties for this card, so they decided to take the face off. Never mind. We're taking the Grafted Identity. Baneblade. Oh wow, I actually need to check how far the lag is between this. Okay, first of all, none of these are really great for us. I could take another Morkut Behemoth. Do I even want to? Because Otherworldly Gaze is pretty much horrible as well. I'll look at Morkut Behemoth. How many token makers do we have? Okay, we can sack this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, maybe we have enough. But I don't like the idea of running 2 Morkut Behemoths. I probably should take a Baneblade, actually. So let's see if we can get one. We're probably going to take another Falcon Abomination here, though. I would like... Bait-Hook Angler is... it's fine. It's not exciting. Rockfall Veil would be great, but at this point, we're going to try to see if we can... I believe we can still win. Also, we got 3... 1, 2, 3... I think we got 3 or... We got 4 rares already, so I can't complain too much about it. And our creature mix is 11-8. Yeah, we definitely need to prioritize creatures at this point. If I can prioritize more creatures, I will cut the Consider. I will probably cut maybe not the Geist Wave. Blood Pack is fine. Dress, Stuffed Bear, Darstrain Rampage. Ew, none of this fits us well. I guess I take the Clarion. I guess I take a Clarion Cathars. As I said, white is still an option, and we do have a few slots open here. And Search Party Captain also counts because that is card draw. I could also take a Flip the Switch, but I think I'm more likely to go into white. Now, the bad news is our mana is going to be horrible. As in, really horrible. The good news is we are mostly blue. Okay. Traben Exorcism, Shipwreck Sifters. There's a Jack-O-Lantern which we can use to... as much as I want to take the Ghoulish Procession, I might have no choice but to take Jack-O-Lantern here because I know our mana is going to be messed up. Okay, we end up with another Sunset Revelry. There's a Celestus Sanctifier. We also need more creatures here, so I'm probably going to go in line with either Castaway or... Yeah, Castaway. Sanctifier is also a choice, but I think I'll just take the Castaway here. It also loads us up more towards blue. We can cut a little of the black. We can cut some of the black. Hey, Gale Drifter came back. There's also the Arrogant Outlaw, but I think I would take the Gale Drifter in this case. Secrets of the Key. Probably take... I might just opt for Gavony Trapper as an option. I'll take the Traben Exorcist as an option also. And another Shipwreck Sifters. We might end up in white-blue, surprisingly enough. That's gonna be weird. And we gotta flip the switch at the end. So, how's this draft? Really bad. We really got cut off there. Secrets is good. Yeah, I think if we were more control... If I got the blue-black that I wanted, Secrets would be really good. As it is, we're playing 3 colors. So I'm really concerned about this. So we need to make adjustments here. Like Bat Whisper is probably not going to make the cut. One more cut's not going to make the cut. I think I'll use this opportunity to add both Flesh Taker and Denic. Then we probably need more creatures here, so I can use this as an opportunity to cut the Consider. Then I probably should look into... Search Party Captain is probably the best one because this it does draw us a card. It's expensive, but it's fine. I don't like the mix of this. I generally want to I probably want to cut a few more of them, a little bit more of the mana here. We do have a. If I add more cards, it will most likely be in blue. Flip the switch is something I could consider. Component collector is also something worth considering because of the way the timing works. Like, let's say it starts at day. I don't cast spell. It goes to my opponent's turn. I can tap one of my opponent's permanents or untap one of mine just fine. So component collector is not bad as an option. Like, what would I will not cut Tainted Adversary as much as. So I'm probably gonna cut. Probably cut one Plains. We're not exactly a heavy mana deck. Like, the heaviest we could use is like 7 mana if we need to hardcast Morcut. Also note that our removal is really horrible here. Like, we have the Geist Waves, we have the Fading Hope. That's pretty much it for removal. So, and Locked in the Cemetery. We don't have the great removal cards here. Well, Grafted Identity kind of counts as removal. Revenge of the Drowned kind of counts as removal. It's not great. I can slip in a Field of Ruin and use this as a way to search for mana. The problem is there's really no good there's no good non-basic land, so this is a non-issue. Like, it's rare for our opponent to have them. If they have them, they will have them. So as it is, let's see how far we can go. We do have a bit of an advantage, but yeah, I'm hoping that the Grafted Identity will carry us. We can survive long enough. That's pretty much the plan. Fingers crossed. Yeah, definitely need to take. Should have gone black-red to complement your triple duels last sealed. Well, I guess I could have. I didn't. Okay, maybe the game is throwing us a bone. We get one land of every color. The only thing we can't cast is Grafted Identity, but I'll take it. So again, you have to remember we're relatively slow. So if our opponent's deck is goes along the lines of aggro black-white or aggro black-red, most likely black-red, we are in trouble. Yeah, I think black-red is really where you want to be at right now. It's just that we didn't see much of anything. Also, our opponent hasn't. Our opponent's there, right? I'm concerned. Did we time out? Oh no, there they are. So take note. This is cost 1 less for each creature you attack with this turn. So probably. Ooh, I'm gonna go with Shady Oh, at least we got the Mystic Skull. Okay, I'm gonna go with Shady Travelers because our opponent will need to have another creature. Our opponent probably does. I can go Hobbling Zombie if our opponent Contortion is true. Our opponent will definitely cast something, so it's unlikely that this flips. Actually, I'm just going to cast a Component Collector. Our opponent's probably green-red werewolves here, so we'll take. Because I need to swing with this one just to get the free card. Yeah, we're gonna tap that. Oh, we can Grafted Identity too, but we're gonna save that. I'm not sure if our opponent has a way to untap. Okay. Technically, I didn't need to cast this one first, but we kind of need to start drawing cards. So there, we have a plan right now. Like, next turn, I can decide if I want to Grafted Identity something. This one's Oh, we can definitely block. Wait, hold on. At the beginning of your end step, yeah, we have to block this. I'm surprised our opponent swinged with that one. They just needed to wait. Okay, so Component Collector take Tavern Smasher and force our opponent to be the one to change. Because I can also like flip this and... Oh, this is nice. I can flip this one. 5-6. It just trades. Alternately, I can cast the Falcon Abomination and the Flesh Taker first. Let's wait a turn. Oh, we're also going to flip it that way, so... less of an issue. There we go. Then we get to tap this down because... Yeah. Hey, Clinton! Hey, how are you? I didn't... Sorry, I only saw you come in just now. Touchdown at work. Actually... Yeah, I hope you're doing... nice to see you back safe and sound. Hope you're doing very well. So we got a Blood Pact. We got... Okay, so... I can force it to flip into Knight. Hold on, what's this? Flesh Taker gets +2/+2 until end of turn. So I can swing with Flesh Taker. Let's see if our opponent blocks. They're not gonna block. So I could gain 1 life and scry 1. That's possible. So I'm also gonna just play the Hobbling Zombie. Let's keep dissuading our opponent. Now, technically, I could have let it flip, and I could just tap this down again. But let's wait on it. Yeah, our opponent might also be slightly... It's all good. Take down these opponents. With what I drafted, I sure hope so. Opponent's gonna start... maybe we can borrow their dragon? Let's make them work for it. Because I want to borrow either the Ruffian or their dragon. Ooh, they got the Ardent Elementalist. Hold on. What does this do? Reveal a creature card from among your hand. Okay, we'll resolve that. Ooh, another Tavern Ruffian. So we're gonna make our opponent flip it first. Also, what's this flip? Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery. Okay. Now, we probably swing with Hobbling Zombie and Flesh Taker. I could just spend to sack if I have to. Opponents. Oh, there's a Geist Wave. This is like I could reset the egg and just annoy them. Okay, he's just gonna trade the Broodweaver. They get a token too. But it's actually more meaningful for me than it is for them. I don't... So I can play Shady Travel. I can also play Blood Pack and draw cards. Like, I could use some right about now. I could also just play Shady Travel. Yeah, let's play the Shady Traveler. I don't want it to flip quite yet. Let's wait for our opponent to flip Smoldering Egg, then we borrow it. We can also bounce it if we want to be really annoying. So at least we have plans at least. We have a man, a plan, a canal, Panama. Opponent is going to just pass. So if I bounce something, it means nothing, but we'll let it flip because our Stalking Predator benefits, their Tavern Smasher does not. Because I still get to tap it. We got double Geist Wave, so we got that option. So I'm probably going to swing with these three now. Plummet, destroy target creature with flying. That's another way to use the Geist Wave. Also, okay, so that whiffs. They can still block. Let's see how they block. If they block Flesh Taker, it's bad. If they block Stalking Pred... Oh, wait. Now we can borrow it. And this doesn't have a way transforming back, right? Yeah, they'll have to bounce it. Stolen Vitality, so... It will have First Strike, so I'm probably gonna... Any target too, so... Yeah, we're gonna let... Actually gonna let this die because... So opponent will have to double block. They will get to kill this. Okay, so the blocking order doesn't matter. We'll... Let it go. Play the land. Play Grafted Identity. Sack a Decayed Zombie. And because it flips, I tap this again. Well, technically I can tap... Yeah, I tap this again. Also, I have enough instants and sorceries so that... Yeah, we're gonna tap this. Our opponent might have a way to nuke the enchantment. So we probably might want to save... We probably want to save mana over time. Let's see, what do they get back? Probably the Vitality. They already... Wait, they also have Plummet. Oh wow, they're gonna just plummet it? Oh no, they didn't get the plummet. They went burn the accursed. Okay, hold on. So let's see. And to that creature's controller. So we need to save Geist Wave. So I'm gonna draw 2 cards, which should allow me to snipe their token. Okay, we drew our Tainted Adverse... Oh, well, we already played the land. Okay, let's see. Because I'm sure our opponent's going to burn. So what we do is... return the Grafted Identity. We'll ping the Ardent Elementalist. So it goes back to their control, but it's still a target, so it burns them. Woo! Nice Geist Wave. Thank you very much. And I still have the Grafted Identity. So they hit us. I'm not gonna Grafted Identity that. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Autopay. Autopay. Now we can go for it, and we have plenty of fodder as a result. That was a brutal one. Opponent finally gets their second. They get a little extra life. Tavern Ruffian, that's fine. No, Decay trigger is when the attack sacrificed at end of combat, so I probably want to use the Morkut Behemoth now. This has the Death Touch, so if our opponent double blocks to try to kill... Oh, they would have to triple block to kill it. Yeah, they gave up. And there we go. That was a very solid... Yeah, that... Yeah, so you know what I said about blue having really bad removal? Okay, maybe if you use it straight as removal, it's not so great, but... Creativity. That was a very good... Oh my gosh. Maybe I can end the stream now. It's not going to get any better than that. No, we'll keep going. We're going to keep going. But you know what? I'm very happy with that win. But game, please do not take it as a sign that you can give me 3 straight losses and screw me over. That one felt really good. I want more. But yeah, that was really dope. So no white this time, but we have a relatively decent start here. So I'm gonna go with that. Also note that we are taking really big risks. Well, okay, we're fine. We got the white mana, so. And this is when it dies, so I kind of wanted to stay alive long enough for. Oh, so this is. So not attacking into that. Next turn I can swing with all three just to then search party captain, which is really horrible. I really want to save up mana for the more creature for the Morkut Behemoth. The captain kind of counts, so that's something to consider. And we have the mana already. Okay, here's the thing. If I swing with all three, it's kind of a waste anyway. Like, sure, I can hold up Geist Wave, but I might be better off just dropping this, draw a card. I wasn't gonna save any. Like, I would save one mana, but it's only very good with one specific spell, so I'm not gonna bother too much. We're definitely gonna go Behemoth into sack the Novice Occultist. That's the plan. That's a highlight reel play. Actually, that's a good question, because I'm waiting till because we're building a new place right now. I'm waiting till we move over there before I upgrade the rig. When I upgrade this rig, then I will go for. Then I might consider streaming this simultaneously to Facebook and Twitch. Something that's I'm actually been thinking about that. I started here in Facebook, and I want to give it to you guys in Facebook because you guys were my first. I kind of want to reward that. Okay, opponent holding up 3 mana scares me. So I'm actually gonna just play Mystics. Like, I could play Gale Drifter. Like, if our opponent counters it, I think it exiles it, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll just play the Mystic Skull. Yeah, opponent doesn't want to counter that. I'm gonna hold the Geist Flame back also. Like, I want to cast Morkut Behemoth, but I'm very sure our opponent's holding back something. I use Restream. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna take a look into that. I want to look at the system requirements of Restream. I want to see. I might do a test one day, not today, maybe next week. I might test it on the Pokemon Unite one. Yeah, it looks like everyone's doing blue. Diagraph Horde. Okay, so Coast is clear. Now, I could say Geist Wave something, but we can kind of wait on that. Like, we can do better things with that Geist Wave. Also, the Morkut Behemoth is fine. Sack the Occultist. I can also just cast Gale Drifter and hold back Geist Wave. There's no need for me to play this quite yet. The only thing I'm considering is that actually I kind of want to play this now because it lets me draw a card with the Novice Occultist that's not really doing much. If our opponent has a way to bounce this, yeah, like because our opponents had this habit of like holding up mana, so it's really concerning. So I have to assume that there's something up. Grafted Identity. Ooh, wow. We'll take that 4. No, I don't like the fact that Okay, also want to play. Now, if our opponent has a second Grafted Abomination, I'm going to be really annoyed with that. But, hey, at least we know. Yeah, so at least we know that there are good outs to this. Just have to be very careful with them. There's mixed reviews. I enjoyed the audience on different things. The exile counters are double blue. Okay, that's good. Oh yeah, dissipate is double blue. That's good to know. Opponent has a Dreadhound. That's really bad to know. Now, good news is I can swing with this. Opponent could double block with this. Like, our opponent's not gonna swing into this one. They could swing with both of Ethan alive. Oh, that's one way to get. Okay, I'm in trouble now. That's the thing. That's the thing I've been missing. It's really good removal. Like, I'm forced to throw. Like, I can just take 5 damage right now because I know this is gonna die anyway. Instead of just blocking this. But we're gonna... Yeah, Dreadhound is pretty much the key uncommon that I really want that I did not get. Okay, there's a component collector. It's not gonna be live anytime soon. I could also pay this to make this a 5/6. It does squat against this, but it does hold these back. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, I have to tap it also. Okay, that was bad. I probably should have done Gale Drift. No, I would have had to do it anyway. So here's the thing. I have to block these two. I go down to 3, 2, 1. Yeah, this might be too late already. It wasn't lethal. It's more like I know it's not lethal now, but I know it's gonna be lethal. It's gonna be lethal eventually. And yeah, that does it. That kills it. Well, our opponent had enough removal. This is the one thing that was the one thing that we were really missing. We were missing the Ethan Alives. We were missing the Infernal Grasps. We were missing the defense. Wait, how do you pronounce that? Let's double check. Defenestrate. Yeah, we were missing the Defenestrates. We needed some of that. We never got any of that. And I have to assume that for the near foreseeable future that it's never going to be open. Yeah, removal is key. That was the one thing I was really missing there. That's going to be the very big issue, and I have to assume that it's like right now we're at the keto level because some bombs are assumed to always be taken. I'm going to assume that from this time forward that even if I start with a black pick, that I'm going to have to assume that I'm never going to get into black. Everyone's kind of leaning towards that. So I may have to start looking into what other colors have. Like, the next best bet is probably red. Green would be a close third. Blue, it's trickier, but it's not real. It's not pure removal. There are ways to use that as removal, but not perfect. Okay, so... Also, we kind of have to rely on cards like Morbid Opportunist. So that is the number one main consideration here. Also, yeah, okay. So we'll lead off on blue to not scare our opponent. Okay. I hope I did not put too many white cards. So turn 3 Morbid Opportunist. Yeah, it's light, but I already know I'm gonna have a lot of creatures that will die. I'm gonna play this guy here. I don't know if it's a guy or a gal. I'm gonna play our friend here. Our opponent is looking at it with really... So the other thing I'm also considering is, if we can hit our 4th mana, we get Ecstatic Awakener immediately. So opponent's doing the Fateful Mending plan. You pick aggressive... Actually, picking a removal aggressively to a fault is not... It's not bad. Like, I really love the idea of having lots of removal. Then you can sit back on a few key creatures at the end. That's probably the best plan. It's also... It assumes that people are going to cooperate with you and let you have all the removal. At this early stage, it's possible. Later stages, I highly doubt it. Let's see if our opponent counters this, because they do have a counter spell at 4 mana. Our opponent might also end up just doing a Fateful Mending again, because they're planning to get stuff in the yard. And the nice thing is that we don't have to do the sorcery speed, so I can kind of wait. I need to decide if I want to do it now or if I want to wait for to do it at the end of our opponent's turn. Like, we might need to Geist Wave something. Looks like blue-black has strong. It has very strong tempo control potential. It's the blue-black is the best way to use all. Really takes advantage of all those throw-away tokens. It's kind of why it's actually also the reason why the 6 mana 6/6 in black is probably the best drop for that color set. It's not great for black-red, but it's perfect. Hey, is this the guy we passed Slogurk to? So yeah, we'll sack this one because Morbid Opportunist draws us a card, and okay, gets us a land. Ooh, we lost the Grafted Identity, but we were not going to be able to cast it soon. Oh well. So we can swing with the Awoken Demon. It leaves us up with... I can also just cast the Blood Pact on ourselves. Okay, that's a plan. Also need to remember that we have a Geist Wave here. Oh wait, I really need that second blue mana. As soon as I recast this, we will get Grafted Identity back, and our opponent's not exactly in exile colors. Dawnheart Rejuvenator, gain 3 life. I guess I'm not bouncing that. I actually guess I'm not bouncing anything either. Like, I'm probably gonna just take the tree. Like, I could mess our opponent up and bounce it. Actually, we'll take it for now. I could let them. Okay, there we got it. Now take note, this is an exile instead trigger, so this will not trigger Morbid Opportunist. So what are the cards that we are getting back? Probably not the Component Collector at this rate. Now they get shuffled back, so it's not perfect. It's still better than nothing. Yeah, we'll reshuffle those. Like, I can swing with this one. Opponent takes 4 or Dawnheart Reju. I'm willing to double block. Fading Hope. Oh, opponent gets a free scry. Okay, that's annoying. Well, we do get to cast it back. Like, I can sack this one. It won't trigger this, though. Most likely, the plan would now be Falcon Abomination, sack. I need to see also how fast our opponent is. Our opponent's actually trying to get lands in the graveyard. So far, they haven't done that quite yet. Okay, so let's see what's up. Opponent also looks like they might be slightly stuck on mana. So we might end up just... Okay. So this has trample, so I'm probably not gonna block this. I am gonna oh, is he gonna fight it? Oh, really brutal. Okay. But now if he swings, I get to kill it. Oh, he swung. Turn up to 3 land cards from your graveyard to your hand. He has 1, 2, 3. That's kind of fine. So he gets those land cards back. I need to check how he comes back. Remove 3 counters, return it to owner's hand. Okay, so no, so it's really gone. Well, no, not quite gone. Our opponent has Dryad's Revival. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh no, so it's I only get this 2-shot, but it leaves up Geist Wave, which is fine. Okay, so we'll auto pay 1. Leave up Geist Wave. Opponent's probably gonna just crack that for maybe their 3rd color. Yeah, definitely not bouncing the... Need to start chipping in here. Yeah, the green blue X flashback deck. Also, it looks like our opponent just played 1 planes. I don't also see any other white cards, so it might just be for the fading. They also didn't shoot up for any other color, so they might not have any other white flashback cards or anything like that. Our opponent's definitely gonna buy something back soon. It's sorcery speed, so our opponent definitely has to buy back Slogurk. Yeah, he's buying back Slogurk. That's fine. Also really slow. Our opponent can tap this for mana, so can recast that maybe? Probably won't. Also, this is sorcery speed, so if he passes it to my turn... Oh, we got another land, so we actually get even more options now. So we're definitely swinging with, not the whole team. I kind of have uses for that zombie. Opponent might have a trick, like another Nebelgas Intruder. Up to 1 target creature gets -2. Okay, let's see which one our opponent blocks. Or our opponent might not block at all. Now the sad thing is we're still missing the white mana, but that's kind of the reason why I made sure to not lean it that heavily. Okay, then you're still holding up Geist Wave. Always in control. Always in control. Also need, speaking of control, always hydrate. Actually, I don't know what the connection between the two is. Also, what does some Slogurk... But it's... Okay, land... So it's not going to get counters on its own. It's going to need cards like Winterhorn Blessing to get counters. I'm also starting to realize that games are taking a lot longer than they normally do. Like, this is now we're already close to an hour in, and this is just our 2nd game. Tap. This one gains. Like, I could bounce it to draw a card, but I'm actually might be okay with taking the initial damage for now. Because I definitely don't want to... Actually, you know what? Let's save on damage. Also, it means it doesn't get a counter, which I think is more relevant. Like, we don't get to untap with this, but we do get to play another Falcon Abomination or Guild. I'll probably play another Falcon Abomination. Like, if our Awoken Demon tangles with... This can get really nasty now. Like, I can swing with everything now just to get damage through. Like, if our opponent blocks these two, we get 7 through. I might want to wait until our opponent's really forced to. Because, like, I can swing with these two right now. Opponent probably blocks with one of these creatures. I can take out the other. Opponent might also have a bounce spell under. Like Nebelgast, sure. Let's see how our opponent blocks. Because our opponent can just block safe with his Slogurk and might even go Slogurk. Let's see how our opponent blocks this one. I'm pretty sure, yeah. Yeah, it's going for the double block. As all according to plan. And we're definitely keeping that on top. And opponent gets to get the Evolving Wilds back. Good for them. Yeah, that's it. So we definitely want to hold up the Revenge of the Drowned at this point. Yeah, still have not been able to play the Search Party Captain. But that's actually fine. Actually fine on this one. Opponent concedes! I think our opponent did not have enough creatures, so they were gonna get swamped. They were gonna get swamped at the end. So there we go. Yeah, I'm liking the blue-black. I'm not liking the lack of removal, but oh yeah, that reminds me. No, we played 3 games. I actually lost 1. Yeah, don't look at their victories. You also lose 2. It happens. So we actually played 3 games in the span of 1 hour. That's still close to like 15 minutes a game if we count the draft. It's pretty long. Maybe too long for my liking, if you ask me. But it's still okay, I guess. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna check out what's that? Restream? Yeah, I'm gonna check it out. I know Streamlabs offers something like that, but it's paid. So I might have to do a cost comparison between the two. But I can experiment for a while, but then again, I'll have to make a final decision when I finally move shop. Oh, wow. But that was very long. Yeah. Opponent's Platinum. That's really cool. We got all our colors. That's also really cool. We also got our 1-2-3. So at least we're not being thoroughly punished. Yeah, I'm not really liking Mystic Skull. The Lantern's probably a much better option, but it's still better. Wow, everyone really loves the Fateful Mending. But honestly, if you ask me, it's instant. Please cast it as an instant. There is like, okay, so this is white-blue Disturb, which is gonna be really annoying. So let's see, what does first thing our opponent... Oh, that's Otherworldly Gaze. Ominous Roost. That's fine, actually. Because these can't block. This one can. There's a key difference there. I think the lifelink might help out a bit. Also, what's the condition to this? Opponent also... So it's Flying Vigilance, but we can still block it. I can also offer the trade. Maybe it's too early. Yeah, I'm gonna actually swing first. If our opponent goes for removal, I will actually just Fading Hope our own Falcon Abomination. We'll probably try to get it that way. Also kind of need extra help before we can lock something in the cemetery. Okay. There's the Behemoth. Yeah, swing. I don't get to Scribe, but you know what? Suffer. Yeah, no. This gives our opponent one more shot to make a token. But the nice thing about this one is, as soon as our opponent swings... Also, can't be the target of spells. Yeah, actually, I also just realized now that there's a neat animation on top of my graveyard. Otherworldly Gaze on this Roost. Yeah, the thing about the Roost is that this is not the same as the you're running control based colors. It's gonna be very grindy. Yeah, that's. Remind me next week to play green red next time. Baneblade Scoundrel. Solo set up in day. Like, I can technically race our opponent now. Oh, it can it block? It can only block creatures with flying. Okay, that I goofed up. My bad. That's fine. At least. So if I attacked with the zombies, it probably would have been better. Opponent is going for the Fateful Mending. Yeah, so I goofed up on that one. That's my bad. I'm probably gonna swing with Hobbling Zombie though. Opponent drops the Bait Hook Angler. Did they also? Oh, it's also their graveyard that can't be targeted as well. They can disturb it to make a 1/2. So now these have a definite pecking order. Ecstatic Awakener. Gonna take a while. Can play Covetous Castaway. Opponent's probably not gonna swing on the ground. I can swing with Hobbling Zombie. Opponent probably just blocks with Drifter and Awakener, which is still 2 cards. It's still something. I can also swing with Denick. Then try to go for the Disturb to get the big tree too. I guess we can wait a while. Now this is the part where it might be my bad decision making sense that gets us killed. Also, I probably want to just transform this. Yeah, the only one that really got affected was this, so... Oh, Mask of Gristlebrand. That's a problem. Ooh, wow, this is gonna be a nightmare. So... Well, we can block this. Opponent draws 5 cards? No, did not go for it. So we're gonna just... lock the Marauder. It's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, not great use of it, but it looks like our opponent is slightly stuck now. Okay, opponent goes for the sack on that one. Can equip it onto this one, so it is an issue. Also, does it give our opponent creature's life? It gives the creature lifelink, so hold on. Only one blocker. So the problem is our opponent gets a creature with lifelink, and they can cast and equip. I would have to attack with just the Hobbling Zombie. 4, 5, 6, 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It's technically 8. Let's swing with this one first. Our opponent's going to gain a lot of life. There's no way around it, but... Yeah, that should seal the deal. Unless our opponent has a rat effect. No opposing air superiority isn't. Yeah, I definitely goofed up on that one. Opponent has a Flesh Taker, so let's borrow that. Opponent tried to get really clever, and he can't block any of it. That was very satisfying, all things considered. Yeah, I'm really liking the Nicolas Cage card, or is it the John Travolta card? But all in all, we got 3 wins so far. So I will admit this is a very tough this is gonna be very tough for us. We're already 1 hour into our 4th game, 3 wins, 1 loss, 1 more win preferably, so we can be very close to break even. But that was really good. You don't get to scry, you know what's up. Oh. Perfectly fine. This one, not so fine. We do have a Mystic Skull, and we do have plays. I'm gonna take the risk. We do have a good amount of blues, so I'm kinda knocking on wood for that one. So the play is turn 2 Mystic Skull, turn 3 Shady Traveler, turn 4 probably Search Party Captain if opponent takes a mulligan. Opponent takes a second mulligan. If I see a Tybalt's Trickery, I'm going to be very... No, just kidding. There's nothing. Okay, opponent keeps it. So yeah, we'll lead off on black. We're gonna play it anyway. The one I want to avoid is playing double white. Like, that's the one rare we're not playing. We could need a blue source anytime soon, but we can kind of wait on it a bit. Also, Mystic Skull, it's really inefficient in the top end, but it's otherwise perfect. But it's otherwise perfect to as a big 5/6. Let's see what our opponent's response here. They probably want to cast a spell. They're not casting a spell. Okay. So I definitely still want to attack with this because it gets us a cheaper Search Party Captain. Alternately, I can just cast Denick because we can disturb it anyway if our opponent counters it. I'm going to cast the Search Party Captain because if our opponent counters it, it's fine. Yeah, nobody wants to counter something that just draws us a card. Hey, nice land. Nice timing. Oh, heaven forbid the call. Oh, heaven forbid indeed. You may return another creature you control. Okay, so opponents in the white-blue flyers. This is actually looking good as an aggro control deck. Oh, nice. So we actually have options here. We can... I can block this, just force our opponent to transform it, I guess. I take 4, or I... Yeah, I think we take 4 now because we have outs to it. Then we just play Denick, Pious Apprentice, and hold the Geist Wave. Opponent is really deep in the white-blue. Curse of Surveillance. At the beginning of any number of target players other... So it's at the beginning of my upkeep. So when I draw a card, they draw a card. Do I want to... Like, I can also Geist Wave our Stalking Predator just to get rid of the lock. Like, it's not really great use, but it's still better. And we get something else instead. So they get the draw too. So now we have options here. I can Grafted Identity, but it's only on the Loyal Grip, so it's really sad. I probably want to play Gale Rider just to annoy them. In fact, I probably also want to just swing with Denick. So the plan is to hope Bait Hook Angler. Okay, opponents. Oh, we can mess our opponent up really good here. Opponent's gonna get a lot more cards than we will, so that is something we have to really consider. Well, it's all equal to the number of curses, so it's still 1. I can swing with this because I'm swinging with both because I'm very oh, opponent's just 1-for-1 blocking. That's fine. So I kind of want a Gale Drifter, but let's see. I want to hold up 4 mana, which is tough because I can't do anything. It's 1 tap, add 1 mana. No, technically I can still lock in the cemetery. That's very poor. I can play the Shady Werewolf again on the Nightbound side. And let's not play another spell. Let's see what our opponent does. Drownyard Amalgam. We can borrow that. Well, I'm gonna drown it first. Ooh, we lost 3 lands, so thank you, opponent. Hook. Oh, it flips it back. That's fine. So they draw a card. So let's see. I'm gonna swing with just a Shady Traveler. Force a double block. I would have said I probably should. So our opponent gets to recast that and bin it in again, but now we have the Grafted Identity to borrow it now. So it's actually looking better for us. Now our opponent could have an out to the Grafted Identity. They're in the correct colors for it, so we have to be careful. But they're running out of cards now, so that should be okay for us. Now time to put some pressure. I'm pretty sure our opponent has an out to this, so I might have to wait for them to attack, then lock it. Not too great an option. Okay, so yeah, stream's going well, just going very long. Dennick's not too. It's actually pretty good for a rare. Haven't gotten around to flipping to the other side, but. Locked in the cemetery. Do they have enough? They don't have enough cards, so I will get one last attack, which is fine. Okay, have a card. Now, okay. Now I can't target, so I can just. I'm pretty much just cycling with this. I'm gonna swing with the Novice Occultist also. It probably just bounces off, but it's fine. Stormrider Spirit. Okay, so it's... We're gonna lose something. Yeah, we're gonna lose Dennick. Which we get to disturb back. So if we disturb back Dennick, whenever 1 or more cards are put into your graveyard, a bit of an anti-timing. I might just want... We'll draw the card at end of turn. Fateful Absence. You know what? That's fine. That gets rid of their last card. They can't exactly swing either. Memory Deluge. Look. Okay, so opponent's gonna start drawing into more cards. Wow, opponent's in the real flyer control tempo then. Let's see if they hit something good. So, exile up to one target group. Oh wow, we're gonna lose either the Gale Drifter or the Denic. Most likely we'll lose Denic because that's card advantage. Bye bye Denic. Or Gale Drifter? I don't think losing Gale Drifter is bad. We'll probably lose Denic for sure. Yeah, we can also just exile it. Yeah, there's no effect for them exiling it. So we got Falcon Abomination. So we definitely will lock down the Soul Guide Griff. It's just a question of when. Yeah, the plan now is to go really white. We're gonna try to pressure our opponent now. Let's hope our opponent doesn't have a Wrath effect. Audric's Outrider, that's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4. We can lock down one creature, leave them to 3 blockers. So let's say this gets blocked, this gets blocked. Okay, something's gonna get through. Hopefully. Oh, something's definitely gonna get through. Let's see how our opponent does it. 1, 2, 3. So this is 5 damage coming through. Our opponent has to cast a spell in response. Startle, so that shrinks it down. So most likely what I do is Fading Hope the blocked Abomination. Oh wait, I can't. Ooh, that's bad. Hold on. They draw a card. You know what? Let's draw a card too. Let's see if we can hit something. Probably should have done that first. We should have done that first. Oh, they're down to 1 though. So now we play the land. Now we play the Gale Drifter. Wait, we're missing 1 mana. Sorry. Can't be blocked this turn. That does nothing. This one, return target creature to owner's hand. So probably don't want to do that. Yeah, end of turn. So the plan now is bounce their 1 flyer, which has flash, so that's not an option. But technically it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I need to bounce one of their regular creatures. This is getting very close. This is very close. Opponent's swinging, which makes sense. Also, does he have anything with mana 3 or less? No, so we don't get the scry. We'll have to let that grow. I don't want to bounce that because our opponent can just replay it. Also, the nice thing, Shady Traveler has Menace, so our opponent will need another Startle. Which would be annoying if our opponent turns out to have another Startle. Makes me wish I kind of waited. Oh, they had another Spirit. But... and the Qatar... oh, they will have enough blockers. Wow! Amazing. I thought we were gonna get through, we didn't. So opponent blocks that. Opponent will need to block with that and that, so we snipe the Qatar Commando. Wow, that's a blowout. Our best bet. We actually have a oh wait, hold on. So we have a bit of time. I can just sack the Drownyard Amalgam. Audric's Outrider. So we actually have a way out of this. I just need to see if we accidentally... We haven't milled it yet. And opponent's getting antsy. They're gonna actually go for it. Like, sure. They're probably signaling they have something. I have no... Yeah, they have to hold one back. Okay. So we're gonna try to fake our opponent out a bit, because our opponent is drawing quite a bit of cards. So I don't want to just cast this into a counter spell. I really kind of need to know what our opponent has. Our opponent has the mass block if they want to get through all this. Okay, they're doing the mass block. So let's see. I get +6/+6, so that's an 8/8. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So sack this. So that makes it 4/4. Okay, those are fine. Let's look at 2. And sack one more. That leaves us with exactly enough mana. Here. Yes, I want to target my opponent with Blood Pact. I just wanted to make sure they didn't have that response, so I needed to play that complicated sequence. Apologies to our opponent, but yeah, you should. But that is how it was gonna go. I needed to bait the opponent there. Because I really wasn't sure it was gonna get through. So we actually got 4 wins and 1 loss. So we have a ways away. We're close to 1.5 hours in. This is gonna be a very long stream. I need more water. But we're doing relatively well. But yeah, as much as I like the blue-black, maybe blue-black splash a little something deck, I probably don't want to play it again. Ugh. Well, here's the thing. We have double blue. We just need any other land. The Flesh Taker is kind of a gimme here. I'm gonna keep this, which is probably the worst idea possible, but okay. Yeah, triple in this particular hand, triple blue is not bad. I'm just waiting to be punished eventually. Okay, opponent's gonna consider something. Wait, what did they bin? Siege Zombie. So yeah, it looks like everyone and their mother is playing blue-black zombies. Ludovic. So let's see. When enters the battlefield or attacks, mill a card. So what I kind of want to do is hold the Geist wave so that when our opponent goes for this, we, because they exile cards and it just gets the abilities. So it's a very good bounce target. I'm gonna have to play the Falcon Abomination even though our opponent is clearly holding up a counter spell. Oh, maybe not. They were clearly holding up something. Maybe a Defenestrate? No, Grafted Identity under Ludovic. I probably want to wait for them to flip it first. Consider is a good way to tin the deck. Also, our opponent's 1 mana away. They kind of want to get the Drown Yard Amalgam. It's a very good ability, I must say. Opponent goes Organ Hoarder. Oh, they're really going all in. I think they just want to mill the one great target. Oh, they even ditched the Defenestrate. So what did they keep? What could they have that they don't want the Defenestrate? Okay, the Jack-O-Lantern is going to be very annoying for our opponent because it means they have to they have to exile 2 cards now. They can't just exile 1 card because we can exile 1 and they'll be left with the other one, which is not so great. Which is not bad per se. Late Stitch Scob, so that makes this a 4-3. No, 4-2. Not like I was going to block it anyway. I could bounce this. It sets them back a turn. Like I kind of want. Okay, let's draw a card first. Let's take out the 1 card that they probably will take. A little bit impatient, I know, but we do. Okay, we have a good reason to take now. Yeah, we can just lock it. Opponent might have their own bounce spell, though, so it's something to consider. Oh, we're just drowning Geist Waves. Opponent might have a counter for that, actually. Oh no, letting it lock. Swing up top with the Abomination. We're going to accept that we're not going to hold up Geist Wave. Opponent might counter this one. I'm actually waiting for our opponent to counter something. The way they're playing, they're definitely holding up a counter in hand. Yeah. Hey Martin, how are you doing? Not been playing long and have no idea how to build decks that work for ranked? Okay, I figured they had removal. Let them use it. Okay. Well, so here's the thing with ranked right now. You kind of want to borrow some help from the existing decks. So, okay, we're gonna block either of these. That's just fine. And that's a very beautiful. Tainted Adversary. We're gonna borrow it. Okay, so to build the deck that's working for rank, the first thing we need to figure out is what is working in rank. So right now, the first few weeks are a bit early, so the trick is to basically just keep playing. If you have to play the pre-con decks, you might have to sacrifice a bit. Or we're gonna have to do some physical research. We have to start reading up on what other people are doing. I love to swing with Tainted Adversary. Our opponent would have to double block, but does nothing. Actually, you know what? I'm going to annoy the heck out of our opponents by bouncing this now. The other plan Let's see. If our opponent has a kill spell for this, I just bounce back the Geist Wave. We'll see. We'll see how this works. Bounce back the Grafted Gear, I mean. So we're definitely holding Geist Wave up. I'm not casting Shady Traveler. Which means we could take quite a bit of damage in this crackback here if we're not careful. Hobbling Zombie again. Okay, mill a card. Then those zombies go. So pass, we will block this. Yeah, we go down to 6. We can... I probably don't want to bounce it quite yet. I'm going to just cast Shady Traveler first. Then just swing with the Abomination up top. So we now have to be very judicious about this Geist Wave. Our opponent can kill us at this range. Yeah, now going back to Martin's question, I would say... Yeah, we really need to do our research. So far, the first few hits... There's actually quite a lot of hits right now. Actually, that's usually the #1 issue with after a rotation. So many things that are viable that we're not too sure. In fact, I did a precursory look at the pre-con decks. It looks like half of them are not going to... half of them would have to be built from the ground up. So opponent gets a Siege Zombie. I can bounce this guy in response, but he comes back. Actually, I will do that. Because the card's exiled already. It will mess it up a bit. Opponent has to flip the switch. So, so that's a big one. We may have to throw the Castaway in front of Olag. So the question... Or, we can block with Tainted Adversary so I can stop worrying. Opponent probably wants to hold these guys back and just tap them if he can. Yeah, this is a problem. Yeah, we could lose this one. This is the... If there's any argument that there's a chance this is a Prince format, this would be it. Also surprised our opponent did not activate this ability. What gives? So... Obvious block is obvious. We cannot take 6, so we have to block here. Or... I can just block this and block this. Our opponent might have removal anyway, but... Ooh, we lost the Blood Pact, which is an issue. We get the Covetous Castaway, so we can get back Grafted Identity, which is the good news. Opponent concedes. They don't have the blocker for the Predator. Whew! And with that, we're now in Platinum, and I don't have to worry for this month anymore. Good job, us. Tell you what, Martin. I already had this plan in mind. Actually, before that, I'll recommend another one of I'll recommend another streamer. He did a series on upgrading the pre-con decks. That's probably a good place to start. At least it's the cheap way to start. So yeah, I'm gonna recommend him to you. I'll see if I'll post on that. Allah Abdul Hadi, thank you for the congratulations as well. And with that, we're at 5 wins, so we definitely broke even. We got two we can afford to lose one more time. So we will have a minimum of 3 games. Yeah, I'm gonna actually look him up right now. I think yeah, I actually subscribe to him as well on YouTube. If you don't mind, YouTube. And I also hope that opening YouTube on the nut. Okay, alternate issue. I can just play the Jack-O-Lantern turn 1, so gambles all around. Also, the thing is that worst case scenario, just sack, draw a card. Yeah, we're gonna definitely sack, draw a card on this. I could also play Tainted Adversary as a no value card because we do have a way to kind of get it back. Yeah, we'll do that. This is a super feel bad, but I'm gonna go for it anyway. Opponent has removal, possible. Let's see. Yeah, he goes by the name Power Dragon in the... Opponent's definitely not going to block that, so that gives us a free Search Party Captain. So... Okay, no blue quite yet. It will take us a while to get there, so we're really gambling. Our opponent might be mono red. Immolation, that's fine. That gives us an excuse to nuke it. Okay, we got a Flesh Taker. Yeah, the card I want to cast in blue is over here anyway, so there's no reason to go for it immediately. Yeah. Our opponent might have a combat trick. Also, it's still just 2 damage, so I'm willing to take it. Opponent's follow-up is a Fangblade Brigand. I actually want to hold this guy back. Now, technically, our opponent could just make target creature can't block. So I guess the best bet is to actually hold back for blockers first. So yeah, let's share our friend here. How do I Yeah, I should not be using this from the YouTube app. I should actually do this from... Hold on. Open link in new Chrome tab. There you go. Opponent's definitely mono red. Opponent... Are they... Oh, they're waiting for us. Sorry. Opponent probably spends to make something can't... Oh, not spending for the can't block. Hold on. Oh, gets first strike until end of turn. Okay. Let's see how our opponent spends their mana. Like if our opponent decides to just pump everything, I can just bounce this back. I can just bounce this guy back. Yeah. Yeah, worst use of it. I agree. So we're still trading, and that's a horrible trade. Oh wow. Yep. If I didn't listen to Jericho last time, I definitely should have listened to Jericho this time. So yeah, sometimes it's a bit of a... That was a gamble. That's a horrible gamble. Yeah, I deserve that. It's my fault. Where was I? Oh, we finally got an island. So I can do Falcon Abomination, but our opponent just needs to pay. It gets first strike, so that's an issue. alternate trick I can do is use component collector and try to mess our opponent up that way, but we need another blue source to do that. So hold on. Reply to Martin. Our opponent is not purely mono red. It just happens that our opponent is kind of playing mono red. So okay, I can make this a 6/6, but our opponent has way too much mana, so we're gonna just no blocks. I think what the plan now is to just do crackbacks. So our opponent can spend 1, 2, 3. Let's see what our opponent does. Tireless Hauler. The vigilance is not great, it's just annoying. Okay, I take back, it's just really annoying. Yeah, missing the mana. I can play another Abomination, and I can actually swing and punch through if I have to. I might as well swing with this guy. If our opponent decides to just block this, I can just sack it to Flesh Taker. If our opponent decides to block the Flesh Taker, I can just kind of sack most of the board. I'm willing to take damage from this guy because we will gain a little life back. Let's see how our opponent blocks. If our opponent doesn't block, I will just sack this anyway. The value is still the same. So there we go. Opponent's really deciding on this. If our opponent decides to like bolt this or anything, I'm fine with it. Okay, so going for that. Oh, he can give it first strike also, but oh wait, is it target werewolf? No, it's just itself. Now the concern would be a spell that gives first strike. That would be the scary part. Yeah, I don't want swamp. Locked in the cemetery might be helpful. So let's see what our opponent's final combat trick is. He definitely has a trick. It's not clear shot. Cathartic Pyre. So 6, 7, 8, 9. Keep gaining life. Yeah, we just ate our entire board just to survive all this. So we're still definitely in trouble. And I'm not gonna lie. Though we did mill... Yeah, we milled the swamp. Okay, there we go. Opponent's still... Let's see what our opponent's final drop is. If it's a kill spell and Flesh Taker, it's actually kind of fine. Flesh Taker already did its job, even though it's a very expensive one. Contortion is true. Oh, wow. Now, this guy is worse, because this one's always going to be a 6/6. No, I'm considering just Dropping component collector into something though. Okay, let's go back to the treads. Yeah, this one's my fault. I'll take the blame for this. I already know we had the subpar mana base, keeping a really sketch. Yeah, that's sometimes the temptation of this. Okay, so... Oh wow, yeah, our opponent is definitely gonna get through. And with Coven too. Oh, so it does flip. Okay, so let's think this one through. We're going to take damage either way. I want to limit it to just these two. So I can choose to play component collector, chump block. Oh no, that's not great. It's really block. I actually want to block with this one if possible. This might be a mistake. We do get one shot at sacrificing something if our opponent happens to have removal. Oh yeah, the reason this keeps tripping up is because of this activated ability. Obsessive Astronomer. So it's still gonna stay as day. As long as it controls tree, can't be blocked this turn. Ugh. Okay, maybe I should have felt the pounce. Let's see how our opponent swings. Did they swing with everything? No, they're not gonna swing with everything. They're just gonna swing with the Harvest Tide Sentry. So we need to hold this up next turn. We're in real trouble now. So I also have to hold up Component Collector as a way to lock this down. Yeah. Reading the card. Something I should be doing. Opponent's gonna go wide to make sure of my demise. Actually, this is fine too. So let's see. Like I'm forced to bounce this one. I can chump block with this, then just. And our opponent could just pump if ever. We'll see how our opponent does it. Oh, nice. We also get a free tap, so probably tap this one. Because that one just gets through. Can't be blocked with creep. Well, technically I can still block it with this. Wait, it can't be blocked. So, you know, I can't block. I couldn't block it at all. So that was the correct tap. I can make our opponent cast 2 spells, but I know I'm going to be chumping with this. Yeah, it's only... Well, it's Harvest tapped anyway. Let's see how our opponent goes in for the kill. This is 3 or less. Okay, so pass to block. Make it look like our opponent wants to do something. Our opponent's... I kind of want to make our opponent tap mana. That would really ruin their plans a bit. So I don't get to save the Flesh Taker. Really don't need another blue mana at this... Well, if I draw the Grafted, that will really be sad, but... We kind of need something else at this point. This doesn't have Trample, right? No, it doesn't have. So, these two trade off. I'm left with this one. I could sack this one, but that's really a bad idea. Also of note that our opponent will have to cast something first. It's now both of them at the same power. Opponent recasts, so... And the problem is this tap, so we're left with one blocker. Yeah, this is a good game now. We'll cast him, show what we have. Actually, the correct play would be not to cast... no, it's Knight. I would have needed to cast 2 things. So that's a good game for us here. Not a very great... That one's my fault, I'll admit. It's me getting way too excited that we hit platform, and I forgot. All of a sudden, I forgot how to play draft. Oops. Yeah, my fault. So, we have up to 2 games now. Any game could be our last at this point. Yeah, the green-red werewolves deck is the one I really want to do. It feels more on flavor for me. But I'm happy with this at least. Okay, this one I'm very willing to keep. So, Ecstatic Awakener, not much else going on, but we can buy ourselves a lot of time this way. Oh, we can buy ourselves a lot of time this way. We just need 1 more mana for Revenge of the Drowned. Also, we know that this can't block, so we'll take our hit and we'll just lock it down. Now, technically, I could just lock it already because it's not gonna block anyway, so at least it saves us some mana for next turn. I kind of like that better. It could also make our opponent just sacrifice it afterwards, which they probably would have done anyway. Oh, thank you. I needed that. Hold on. This is... So it becomes a 4/4. So I can make this a 4/4, then I can kind of rebounce this. Or I can just annoy our opponent and bounce this now. Or I can also just play Hobbling Zombie. Wow, we have plenty of choices here. I guess the correct one is play Hobbling Zombie first. Let's see what our opponent does next. And this is whenever a creature an opponent controls dies. So it's an Eccentric Farmer, mills 3 cards. So if I swing with Hobbling Zombie, it's gonna hit the Eccentric Farmer. At least I have something to block the Slaughter Specialist. Technically, I want to have 5 mana so I can kind of bounce this away, then just swing. No, I can also just swing with the Ecstatic Awakener and hold back. Wait for our opponent to have the kill spell. They in fact discarded the defense trait. So it's actually very good for us. Defenestrate, sorry. Also, we can be really mean and just drown the Slaughter Specialist. Oh, opponent's gonna go eaten alive. Okay. So that becomes a... We'll take 3. So we'll see what our opponent does next here. Our opponent could just do a Dryad's Revival, buying back Eaten Alive would be my bet. Kinda like saying, don't bin the Slaughter Specialist quite yet. Yeah, now the annoying problem for us is that we lack any hard removal. Our best bet is to just let this grow and hope that we can graft something onto it, I guess. It's not great though. This one saves damage and makes the Revenge of the Drowned even more... Now, our opponent could kill this in response, which is fine. I take no damage in the process. And how did we get... Wait. Oh yeah, we draw a card. We draw a card from the activation, so that's still good. So I can throw this under the... And Contortionist Troop X1. Oh, so that he can start growing the farmer. Nice, nice, nice. We'll see what our opponent does here. Yeah, right now, it's just letting us take damage? No. Now, our opponent can kill this easily now. That was kind of the purpose. Also, of interesting note, if our opponent casts that, opponent will need another creature. They might have. Oh, they don't. Okay, so what's our plan here? Actually, the plan would have been not to cast this one. I should have waited. Oh well. Didn't need to tap anything down quite yet. In fact, we might see our opponent cast a removal spell or something else. Okay, that one's just safety. Looks like our opponent doesn't have anything. Did our opponent bottom it? Hold on. Yeah, our opponent bottomed it. Yeah, so they got tired of it already. Okay, that's actually... So opponent's probably gonna do Dryad's Revival to get something back. Probably like Midnight Ambush would be my best guess because everything's very soft. We do have a Tainted Adversary on standby, but I'm not too sure how great it's gonna be at this point. Oh, I just also realized now the door is broken here. Dryad's Revival, going for the Midnight. Yeah, that's expected. Got Covetous Castaway, so that should buy us a bit of time. Alternately, I can do Tainted Adversary and make a few extra tokens. So let's actually swing first with our one human. Contortionist Troop probably not gonna block. This gives us a little bit of gas, but or more importantly, something to block the farmer. Even if our farmer decides to grow really eccentric. Opponents are kind of leading in lands. They probably have more kill spells. Another Eaten Alive. Full price. Another Vampire Interloper. Wow, they're just really getting it all. And this is gonna grow too. So next bet is probably gonna just be the cover. Okay, Covetous Castaway. Yeah, we're kind of giving up a little bit of equity here because we still have another token. Also, the annoying thing is that we're not exactly getting much back. Like all the cards that we want back are in the graveyard. Oddly enough, I should have also considered maybe sacking the Lantern. Oh, opponent's just swinging with that. Okay. Into a Death Bonnet Sprout. If there are 3 or more creature cards, there is 1. There is none. Okay, Novice Occultist not so great, but I'll take it. Yeah, we need to hold up the Geist Wave now that we know. Ooh, okay. Probably played the Novice Occultist first. Ooh, nice. We dodged the clear shot. Yeah, best bets. Yeah, Contortionist Troop is really very good. I'm gonna be looking forward to this one. But also, I really love the flavor text. Greatest show. Everything you ever want. Opponent. Now what I can do is I can just take the 3 damage now, bounce it, so that our opponent doesn't have... Oh, opponent's going for it. I'm gonna bounce it now. I don't think I can afford to take the damage. I'm gonna chump block with Occultist in case I can draw into something. Okay, white mana, though I don't absolutely need it yet. Yeah, Contortionist Troop is really broke. Oh wait. Okay, so if I were to steal something, it would most likely be the Interloper, because that one gets true. I don't need to worry about these other 2 yet. This one I can worry about later because I do have a weight. I can just take 4 damage for the time being. Alternately, I can play the Morkut Behemoth. In fact, I can play it for full price. Let our opponent put another counter here. Then Grafted Identity. This is assuming our opponent does not have removal. And yeah, black. Oh wow, our opponent really drafted removal very highly. So we're just waiting for our opponent to dip 1 more counter here. If our opponent starts diversifying, we might have an issue. Broodweaver, which is... Put a counter there, please. Yes, thank you. Now we could still... Now we're still not out of trouble yet. Like, I cannot swing at all. I'm probably going to lose the Covetous Castaway in the process. Opponent lost another... Wow. You know, half of the removal was milled. So all things considered, I would have really been in trouble. Also note I can tap to transform this to give us an extra creature, but it's tapped. Though I probably should do... I can do it end of turn anyway. Yeah, this is starting to wind down a bit. Like, we're already at the 2-hour mark. Opponent's gonna dip a counter into there. Our opponent's probably gonna start dipping counters into here, so it's gonna come to a point where I will not be able to swing. Yeah, they can't block it now, it's too early. They'll just wait they will wait 1 turn. This has Menace, so it's something to consider, though they can just chump block with this. Olivia's Midnight Ambush, waiting for it to be night. Can't do anything about that. So I will have to throw away Covetous Castaway. I can buy it back. It's a good way to buy back Grafted Identity, actually. Eccentric Farmer, mill 3 cards. Oh, thank goodness they milled that. Opponent might go for a kill swing, but I probably just chumped the cast. No, they're not. They're gonna wait for it to be lethal. It gives us room for one more creature. Our opponent also needs to start diversifying a bit. Yeah, we really need the Covetous Castaway to die. Opponent knows this. Let's hope our opponent... If our opponent had removal, they would have used it already anyway. So, end of turn, I can actually just sack the Covetous Castaway to Flesh Taker. Opponent, oh, milled Old Stick Fingers too. So we just have a large... Okay, so this Death Bonnet Hulk is gonna get even larger. The good thing is it's timed. Wow, he's just waiting for everything to grow. How many cards? They have 10 cards left. Oof, we didn't want to mill that. We definitely don't want another land. But we do gain the extra life. We also get the Blood Pact. So we use this to get back Grafted Identity, Revenge of the Drowned, and one Geist Wave. Shuffle them in. So probably still not going to swing yet. I need to decide end of turn who I'm going to Blood Pact. Like if our opponent goes for a big swing and doesn't kill us, we can do a crackback swing and then Blood Pact in case we need to. That's an interesting part of the plan. We know the Death Bonnet Hulk's gonna keep growing. They've also... So this might be another long game here. Yeah, opponent's just gonna keep growing everything. I'm tempted to draw ourselves. Like, we are a few cards deep. Yeah, let's draw for ourselves. Fading Hope is fine. Morbid Opportunist is also fine. So we're gonna go for the Morbid Opportunist. We have a Fading Hope just in case, so there we go. We can reset this Hulk. How many? 1, 2... Oh, they're back down to 2. So if we reset the Death Bonnet Hulk, it's... I definitely don't want to reset the Contortionist Troop. I'm waiting for the opponent to... Oh, opponent's gonna keep waiting it out. Like, it's very close. Our opponent can taste victory as well. Let's see, what's this? 2 drop, 2 3. Oh, they're gonna start growing the Contortionist Troop. They need an extra creature. Okay. Okay, don't want that land. Might as well play it anyway. It's not... Actually, there is a discard spell, so I'm gonna hold back on this. So the sad thing is if our opponent does... Ooh, exile up to 2 cards in graveyards. So the good news is I got all the cards that I actually want from graveyards. The bad news is our opponent has a big horde, so I might actually die if I'm not careful. Well, those are fine. I did not choose those for a reason. Let's see if our opponent swings now. Probably not. And it's too early to do the to do Fading Hope. We need to do is a combat trick. Okay, there's a Grafted Identity. I'm going to be minus... It takes out one of their big threats, which is the good news. I might end up sacking the Morbid Opportunist just in case I draw into another card that way. So what do I take? Geist Wave is fine. I wish I had a way to draw it, but I definitely need to keep that up top. An argument could be made for swimming with Castigator, but there is no way I'm winning at that point that way, so I have to really hold back. Opponent's really pumping everything. Wow, we're really in it for the long haul. And long haul as in 6 more draw steps. Might as well start exiling their cards just in case. Like I would exile... I'm gonna exile the Flyers. Opponent's waiting for more gas. I'm assuming... They only have like 12 lands, but let's see. 13, 14, 15... 15. So they have 2 more land draws around here. I think... Tireless Hauler. That's fine. Okay, maybe not that fine there. Let's see if our opponent swings now. No, they're really patient. Let's see, we can bounce 2 of these things. Not good, not good. We need to stop drawing lands. Because as it is, all of this is punching through. The nice thing is I kind of actually want to bounce the Eccentric Farmer because it actually speeds their demise up a bit. Let's see, come on, attack now. They're going for it. Okay, resolve those. So let's do something first, like Dennick's actually good. Then let's see. Oh, I should have cast first just in case. Yeah, let's do that. I should have cast this first just to make sure they didn't have anything, but I was kind of sure they didn't. And our opponent concedes because they got completely wiped there. Woo-hoo. Very close, very close. So, for those who are hoping that this stream would be over, me included, not yet. Actually, by the time the stream is over, we get to see what the shop has in store. We got one last game. Please be a fast one. Well, I don't want to say please be a fast one because it's possible that please be a fast one means I get mana screwed. Also, thank you Kyle, thank you Jericho for the GGs. Also, how do I reset the chat a bit? Chat's a little bit messed. Well, at least chat looking from the side server screen here in Streamlabs, it looks a little, slightly messed up at least. But chat on the feed, it looks fine. So I'm gonna go with that one. So yeah, we're keeping this one. If our opponent has a really fast start, we just lock him. We can buy some time with Component Collector. Wow, this kind of more than makes up for the dud sealed pool I had. So I'm very happy with this. Also, probably can close this tab. Opponent leads off on an Evolving Wild, so it doesn't tell us much. At least I know I can do back-to-back Falcon Abominations and start going off on the air. Now, our opponent's second drop will determine if we bother with Component Collector first or not. Probably... I can delay them a turn. Yeah, let's mess them up a bit. Now, this is really petty. It's literally a tempo play. I don't think I can run this quite yet. I was gonna say I don't think I can run this quite yet, then watch me draw the planes afterwards. That would have been really sad. I could draw the planes later at least. Opponent goes Eccentric Farmer. I don't think I'm... Flashback again. Let's see, what did they mill? Dawnheart Mentor. That's fine. So our opponent can get a 2-drop down. I can kind of race them on the air with this one, actually. Which actually sounds like a good plan. Let's not swing with everything. Let's keep the Decade until when we need to. Now, this should pressure our opponent a little bit if they don't have any flyers of their own. Yeah, like throwing them off their mana was really helpful. Like, well, I could have bounced their 4-drop. Oh, they have a Falcon Abomination of their own. So I have two arguments. I can either swing with both. They're never gonna swing with theirs. That's a certainty. But I don't want to bounce it either. So I'm kind of... Well, okay, the other thing is that, let's see, Diregraph Rebirth costs 7, so it's still a while. I'm actually going to swing with both. I know our opponent's going to block with 1. It's going to mess up our timing, but it's not much like we have a choice. And we're probably going to just play Shady Traveler. As soon as we have an inkling that our opponent's is very close to 7 mana, like they get the black mana, I will crack Jackal now. Okay, now here's an interesting thing. I could also crack it for Death Bonnet Sprout. I need to really decide now. At the festival. They're very, very close. I have to crack this. I have to drop this and crack it. Hopefully we hit another land so we can hold up Geist Wave and mess up their death. No, we did not hit it. Unfortunate. Well, it's not too bad. We get to draw a card. Unfortunately, we kind of tapped wrong. Well, not too wrong. In fact, I don't think our opponent's going to expect much out of this, so we have choices here. I can swing with both, then bounce the Eccentric Farmer. I already played the card, so this one's not going to flip. This one is not going to... could flip next turn. Let's wait on it. In fact, if we can... Okay, it flips. So I actually want our opponent to kind of swing a bit. So, goes Whale Drifter. So, Geist Wave is horrible here. Unfortunately, it's Root Coil Creeper. We actually want our opponent to... Now, that said, what we can do is... take the hit for now. Oh, I can swing with 2 cards so I can still get the Search Party Captain. So that includes a Shady Traveler. Actually, another thing we can do is we can rely on the Covetous Castaway. So let's see. Trades with the... Opponent's laying it true, so that's good. Which means I do have to cast this now. Okay, got a Geist Wave. We're gonna hold on to that. This is from a graveyard. Ugh, it's gonna eat. Oh no, it's gonna eat my cards. Do it from the very beginning. So I kind of need I need to play the Covetous Castaway and get it to die, which is not easy. At least our opponent is, well, they can still play this actually, so it's still annoying. Though they are one card short. So I'm gonna take 2 here. Morbid Opportunist. Does our opponent have a count? Clear Shot snipes that. Okay, that's really annoying. I was gonna swing. I'm gonna swing with both. Opponent probably just blocks one and takes the other one. Yeah, the Clear Shot was very good. So let's see. Yes, we hit the land. Now, based on this, I kind of want to lock this down. And yeah, it's gonna take a while for this to flip again. So next turn we want to cast away and hold up. We could also just play the component. Please don't have a naturalized effect. Well, actually, if you have a naturalized effect, yeah, please do it now because I'd rather that gets lost instead of, you know, Grafted Identity. Probably the best card in the set if you ask me. Not perfectly the best. Opponent's deciding. They could path again. They're gonna return a card with flashback from exile. Oh wow. They are shy of 1 mana. What card could they get back? Dawnheart Mentor, which makes it so ooh, that activated ability is gonna be a problem. So I definitely want to hold this back. I want to encourage the Covetous Castaway to die, so that's something for our opponent to figure out. Yeah, they got to cast this regular and they get to cast this again? That's nuts. Okay, come over here. Okay. Special guest, guys. Hey, Rocky. Were you fighting with your father again? Were you fighting with Mochi again? Ay, nako. Ah, well. Let's pass the attacks. You know, I wouldn't... Oh, opponent's gonna pass back. This is gonna take quite a while, guys. It's also possible... Okay, opponent's gonna fire off the Rebirth. They get to Mill Tree, which will fuel this. Why are you shaking? Why are you shaking? Oh, what's their... Croaking count. Oh wow. Okay, so this is a good flashback deck. Well, it's about hitting the really good spells. So question here, do I bounce anything and mess things up? Technically, the croaking counterpart's the problem. Yeah, we're gonna wait. It's a land. I can swing with this, nothing will happen, so it's really just me waiting. We're gonna cast a component collector. Yeah, we just need to get more on board at this point. Where are you climbing? Where are you climbing? Where you want to go? Where do you want to go, boy? Oh, there you go. Don't worry. At the ratings this is going, unless I draw certain cards, this might be over really quickly. Yeah, we really need to get this guy to die and get our abominations back. That should... Well, someone got a really good flashback deck, so I'll give them props to that. And can't be blocked, but let's see. If that's all these, let's see if that's all they swing with. It's annoying. I'm gonna give them a choice actually. No, this is super bad, I'll admit. But I'm gonna give our opponent a choice if they want to just recast that again. Yes, they do. So yeah, we're doing the long. Oh, they're milling us this time, and we can actually thank our opponent for milling us on that time. Ooh, wow, I actually want to hold back. I don't want to flip this quite yet. Yeah, we're gonna take 3 here, but it gives us an opportunity to flip this one, so we're gonna pass here. But seriously, well, it actually makes sense. Only one deck really wants Dryad's Revival, so there's a good chance it comes back to you. And let's see. Yeah, so the point here is that this is probably one issue with draft. It's like you have to draft really specific cards. You can't just draft any card. So now we're on the timer because of this guy. And the upcoming here. And in fact, there's a Croaking Counterpart on standby. So, well, let's see. What's a good ETB effect? Probably the Timberland Guide. Actually, no. What's a good... Search Party Captain is also a good ETB effect, though we could sack the creature in response. We're not blocking this. Also need to double check if our opponent has ways to eat our cards. I don't think they do. Hey there, dog. Hey there. Yeah, just relax. We're gonna get the Castaway out because that's the one we need the most. So probably trigger to draw first. I don't know why. Okay, the Behemoth actually not too great here. We definitely want that up top, though it's hard to cast at this point. It might actually be better off as a... So first off, I need to cast this to give us a flyer and buy some cards back, namely Abomination, and Hobbling Zombie. Then we can cast Tainted Adversary as is. We're still dying to the we're still dying to the Amalgam though. What we actually need is a turn where we don't cast anything, but it'll have to wait till next turn. Also, our opponent seems to be having a hard time milling creatures. In fact, they're milling anything but creatures, so our opponent... Okay, they're just really gonna go ham on us with the Amalgam, so the moment we can get Grafted Identity, the better. Oh. Does it have a pump effect? Our opponent probably does. Oh yeah, they have a pump effect. So it gets trample. Yeah, we kind of had to do it anyway, or else we'd be dead even faster. I can sack it to gain a life. I would not draw a card, but no, I can't sack it because the trample is gonna it'll defeat the purpose. So pass the turn. So what could we tap? Nothing really. Like, I actually want to cast 2 spells so I can tap something on the comeback. Oh, there you go. That's 2 spells. No. That is not 2 spells. I will have to cast Revenge of the Drowned, targeting their Amalgam. Sack the zombie to Flesh Taker and hope to hit a 3-drop. That gets me a flip back at least. Opponent puts it up top. So... yeah, we'll scry first before we draw this time. Yeah, because that I don't want to draw that. Novice Occultist, there we go. That's a good one. So that's 2 spells that should put us back into day. Which is important because we get to tap this guy down. So even though I'm probably gonna lose this one, at least we get to... oh, and the mill wrecks... well, it doesn't really wreck them. They can just cast Diregraph Rebirth, do it the hard way. It's one less shot of Diregraph Rebirth, so I guess it's... oh, opponent's down to 5 cards! We just need to buy more time. They're gonna mill us instead, which makes sense. I'm gonna sack this because okay, so we definitely want to scry first. Ecstatic Awakener. Okay. I guess I can draw. I guess I could draw that. There's our Falcon Abomination, so that buys us a... okay, we lost the zombie, but we got the Abomination, so that buys us a bit of time. Opponent's down to... yeah, still down to 5 cards. So... unfortunately, I cannot do the flip. So I actually have to cast all these, or I can take the damage. Then I can just sack the zombie to Flesh Taker. Wow, this is getting really tough, guys. Also, we're also running out of cards too. The only benefit is that our opponent's gonna run out of cards faster. They go to 2-1. Then because the mill happens first, so the question is, can we survive? Oh wait, hold on. This makes it 6. We need to block enough. Oh, he's just going with that. Okay, so we can't block it. Our opponent can activate it once. Oh, they're gonna get one more turn. Let's see if we can get there. Contortionist Troop X equals 1. Well, can't really do anything about that. So we need a way to bounce this or lock it down. And they did cast one spell. Okay, Falcon Abomination. We don't actually... actually, we'll take it. Yeah, our opponent's going all in on the Amalgam. We can... Blood Pact saves us! Enjoy those cards! And because they milled this last card... and because they milled that last card first before the draw... we survived! Oh my gosh, that... so we barely survived that one. So... that... I guess you... lots of graveyard cha-cha. Well... you don't... yeah, well, I guess what's that? Save the last... or what's that called? Yeah. Unfortunately, our opponent had a guilty feeling. They got no rhythm. Yeah, it's kind of easy to pretend that flashback's not gonna... the flashback mill's not gonna kill you. Sometimes it does. So that was a really tough one. I think there was a moment where I think that our opponent should have swung with everything at one point. They did not expect the Blood Pact. The Blood Pact kind of got us there. So, for the record, ladies and gentlemen, we... yeah, that was a very good game. Thanks a lot, Kyle. Thanks a lot, Jericho. Thanks a lot for everyone who's tuned in. Yeah. Yeah, Careless Whisper. We actually have a joke about that song here in the Philippines, but it's not PG. It's not PG, so I'll keep it to myself. And anyway, so that's it. We got our prize, and so wondrous. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this episode, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, that's it for this episode, Magic Arena Run. If you like what you saw, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Turn on notifications and whatnot. Yeah, I'm really gonna check out one day how to get to Twitch. I'm gonna try to make it work. So, but for now, I'm gonna dedicate this time to you guys, my faithful audience, because you guys were first. Actually, technically, the YouTube audience is first, but you guys are the first ones I actually interact real time. So really thanks a lot to you guys as well. Actually need to start finding a way to get the track on all those who subscribe. We're getting close to 100. I don't know how close we are to 100. I should really check, but I really should prepare to say thank you, because you guys mean a lot. I need to also figure out something as a good thank you gift. I'll think about it. Like, I've been willing to buy boosters for other people, so yeah, this is not a bad idea, I guess. Anyway, just cracking all them packs. It feels really good. But honestly, it's so taxing. I don't know if I want to play blue black control again. I might save it for the draft special. Anyway, that's it for this episode. Thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you guys again next time. Have a great week. And let's just take a look at the store. Let's see what's up. Frog Hemat, bro. Okay, nothing much. Nothing to see here. Thank you again. Have a great night, everyone. Yeah, 2 hours work. Would you consider that a fair wage? Maybe not. Anyway, we're at 2 minutes 40. Time to get some sleep. Thank you very much.